Lancaster, most
Well, by common consent, it was the greatest bomber of the war. Greatest, I mean, you know, as a death-dealing machine, it was unsurpassed, unfortunately. It had tremendous bomb-carrying capacity. You've probably heard of 10-ton bombs and so on. That's not false. One bomb weighing 10 tons, and I never dropped one, thank God. But if you did drop it, the crews used to say that you'd be flying along at 250, 300 or something, and then you'd let go the 10-ton bomb. You'd rise about the height of the Empire State in about a couple of seconds. It was tremendous. Ordinary bomb release flying, you know, under conditions where suddenly you're dropping, total weight would be about 10 tons, but not in one bomb. And you used to rise like blazes. So flying in the Lancaster was it was deadly thrilling, if you know what I mean. You knew you had the best plane around, but unfortunately they had no answer finally, particularly in the last year of the war when the Germans introduced jet fighters.
Zero hour is approaching. Night is falling fast. The night of 1,000 bombers for Germany.
All bang on, just everything bang on, right here.
Indians which follow. The first bombers have dropped their incendiaries and ringed the target. Our cameraman
There's the green, Skip.
While the Bushmaster is famous for its V-shaped hull, designed to deflect blasts from mines and roadside bombs, the compartments on the side of the vehicle create a boxy and more conventional truck shape. The primary purpose of these external compartments is for stowing gear and equipment, but in the event of an explosion, they are designed to be sacrificial, absorbing some of the blast and further protecting the personnel inside. The Bushmaster makes use of an all-welded armoured steel hull formed in a V-shape, which deflects explosive blast away from the occupants. The V-shaped hull was an innovation of South Africa's bush wars of the 1970s and 1980s. When fighting counterinsurgents, it was realised that roadside bombs and snipers were a greater risk than heavy weapons. While Bushmasters are often used in conflict zones as VIP transports and to safely move civilians, they remain a fighting vehicle to the core. The front roof hatch on the Bushmaster is capable of mounting a variety of different weapons, including a 5.56mm machine gun, 12.7mm heavy machine gun, or a 40mm automatic grenade launcher. The ballistically protected windows can also be fitted with optional shooting ports. The remote weapons station fitted to many Bushmasters allows operators to engage targets without leaving the protection of their vehicle. Next to every seat is a mount to stow the soldier's rifle. Other equipment may be stored externally. A soldier's weapon stays by their side. Two hatches at the rear can be used to mount small arms. The Bushmaster is an Australian-built, all-wheel drive protected mobility vehicle, or PMV. Designed and first produced in Bendigo, Victoria in 1998 by Thales Australia, formerly ADI Limited, the Bushmaster is considered one of the most successful military vehicles in operation today. Before the Bushmaster, Australia's efforts to design and construct armoured vehicles had been concentrated on a series of cruiser tanks in the darkest days of the Second World War. This had limited success. By the time those tanks were available, supplies of American and British-made tanks were becoming more plentiful, and none of the Australian vehicles was ever used operationally. Solid, reliable, and able to withstand punishment in the world's most extreme environments, the Bushmaster was primarily designed as an infantry troop carrier and is used extensively in Australian Army operations. The versatility of the vehicle allows it to be configured for various duties. Since its introduction, On 11 October 2001, Sydney deployed to the Arabian Gulf in support of Operation Slipper. Sydney served as part of the multinational interception force enforcing United Nations sanctions against Iraq. The crew received international praise for putting an end to the 10-year reign of an oil smuggling tanker in the Persian Gulf. Boarding operations were so successful that smugglers began using more desperate measures to avoid interception, such as covering windows and hatches with steel plating, removing access ladders, and spreading oil on decks.